Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. We've got baseball on the show. It's the Washington Nationals taking on the St. Louis Cardinals. The headline today, the hitting streak he's been on.
Yeah, an impressive streak. Can he keep it going in this one? Feels like there isn't a pitch he can't hit right now. Looking forward to seeing how they deal with him.
We'll be back to get this one started after this. Just a little bit away from first pitch. Today's starting pitcher, Eric Fetty. And Singy, it's unique these days, but he's more of a pitch-to-contact type of guy.
Yeah, Boogie, he doesn't rely too heavily on the strikeout. He knows he needs to miss barrels, get some soft contact, let the defense do work behind him. And I think a guy like that can keep a good tempo, don't give hitters time to adjust or think. They can move through a ball game, and you look up, they're in line for a quality start. We'll see what he's got in this one.
Just missed.
2-1.
Next offering is fouled back. And that's in the dirt. Goes down looking. Now James Wood. The 1-1 is fouled off. One down, base is empty. Strike three, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, anytime you can punch out the top two guys in a lineup to start an inning, got to be feeling pretty good out there on the mound, because when you think of just having a distraction, table setters on the base paths, and all of a sudden you're dealing with the number 3 hitter, any distraction can cause you to serve up a cookie, and instead of it being a solo shot, it's a 2 or 3 run homer.
Batting fourth, third baseman.
Now it's the Nationals cleanup hitter, Paul DeYoung. The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. Swing and a miss. Throw to second. Great jump. And that is a stolen base. It wasn't even close. And the league leader in stolen bases does it again. Two outs and one in scoring position. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one. So 1 hit is all they get. Now the Cardinals will see what they can do. There's no score. And we're back. And towing the slab, Mike Soroka. And Chris, pitching on the road has not been particularly kind to him.
Yeah, and you don't want to be too quick to say that he can't pitch on the road. Sometimes, you know, it's just a matter of luck. It's not having a feel. Difference between the bullpen mound to the mound out there on the playing field. Don't know what it is, but I know this. He's got good enough stuff to overcome and get it done on the road as well as at home. So we'll see what he's able to do in this one.
Gets down, base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Lars Nootbaar getting ready to hit. Double play ball to second. Good feed. That's one. And that's two.
Oh, man, what a smooth double play. That was a thing of beauty from start to finish.
And now it's Ivan Herrera. 2 down, nobody on. And a swing and a miss there.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Swing and a line drive, base hit out of the center field. And that keeps the inning alive.
Hitting is really easy for some guys. One thing that I can see already, his bat stays in the zone on plane for an extended period of time. And guys like that, they have a high contact rate and they have more barrels because of that bat being on plane. And even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough to dunk something in like that in front of the center fielder. The only adjustment he needs to make is his target. If you aim at the outside corner, that slider's going to end up way off the plate. Perhaps look a little more down the middle, and you get it right where you want it.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Slider got him for strike 3. End of 1, and we're still scoreless. And welcome back to the ballpark. And now it's Luis Garcia.
Luis Garcia.
And now the count 1-2 after the swing and the miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Liner snagged it first.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
Nathaniel Lowe up to hit. Lowe needs just one more homer to reach 100 in the big leagues. Swing and a line drive ripped out into right center. That's a base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Tried to get inside on him, but he was ready for it. Just kept his hands in and turned on the pitch. Quick bat through the zone.
And it's the catcher for the Nationals, Keibert Ruiz. Foul ball there.
Yeah, and making it to 100 homers would be quite the career accomplishment for him. Out of the more than 20,000 players to take an at-bat in the majors, less than 5% have ever hit 100 dingers.
That one the other way. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. 2 down.
Batting 8th, right fielder, Ramon Laureano.
Laureano comes up to hit. 2 gone, but the go-ahead run is at first. Here in game 1 of this 3-game set. Swing and a miss. Yeah, the count 1-2. Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. He's notched 4 strikeouts now. Nationals leave 1. We'll go to the bottom of the 2nd. No score. back here in St. Louis, bottom half of inning number 2. So now it's Nolan Arenado at the plate. Arenado, guy who delivers big-time power at the dish and will probably go down as one of the greatest defensive third basemen of all time. And speaking of that defense, it's hard to imagine that in high school, Arenado shared the left side of the infield with another elite defender, Matt Chapman, at El Toro High School in California. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Around first and hustling for second. The relay, not in time. That's a leadoff double.
The first move felt like a bit of a guess. You have to be right in those spots or things can get away from you awfully quickly.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Burleson now at the plate. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Stop sign goes up at third. Runners at the corners. Nobody out.
He was all over that one. I know it was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
Now here is Jordan Walker. The 1-2. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
That was a tough slider right there. He couldn't get a piece of it just to try to keep the at-bat alive. And hitters will tell you that slider, when a guy's able to really tunnel the pitch where it looks like a fastball and then late has a really good bite, so tough to lay off of because you've made the decision you don't want to get beat by a fastball, and then you swing and you miss. You go back to the dugout shaking your head.
Here's Nolan Gorman.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
3-1.
Well, knowing that this hitter's got holes in his swing, because he's got so much power, pitcher still can get a little too tight, afraid to make a mistake.
Arenado, the runner at third. Burleson at first. One gone. And that one fouled off.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Payoff pitch. Line drive. And there's 2 away.
Batting ninth, the shortstop, Mason.
Now up for St. Louis, Mason Wynn.
How many times have we seen an early at bat change the course of a game? It happens every night in baseball, and maybe it happens again here.
Runners on first and third, 2 away. Bottom half of inning number 2. Strike 2, and there's a real chance they get out of this without allowing a run. Squirts away a little bit. Runners hold tight, but it's a full count now. Brendan Donovan in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. No score here in the second. And they're all loaded up.
Well, interesting. He went with the off speed and walked the hitter. Man, you got to challenge the guy with the fastball.
Now the left fielder, Brendan Donovan.
I know we're still early in the stages of this game, but this at bat has the potential of being a difference maker. You've got to stay calm in the box.
Outside low. And it's 2-1.
Boog, in situations like these, the air can get really thin up there at the plate. Got to find a way to breathe and slow everything down.
2-1 now. Line drive, base hit. 1 run's in. Save, he beats it. It's 2-zip.
A costly mistake in the outfield thanks to the bad read and terrible timing for that to happen. That's a play you just want to forget about.
First and second, 2 outs. Lars Nootbaar next up for the Cardinals. On the ground, right side. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. But 2 runs for them, and they jump ahead. End of 2 here at Busch Stadium. It's the Cardinals 2 and the Nationals nothing. Back here at Busch Stadium, and now the DH, Dylan Cruz.
Dylan Cruz.
Just missing there. It's 2-2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
On the ground. Arenado to first in time. 1 up, 1 down.
Good arm side run to that same side hitter right there. Very difficult to put that ball in the air or get through it. Just bores in on the hands.
Here's C.J. Abrams to hit. Next pitch misses inside, and a count 2-1. That's in there. Cut on and miss, struck him out. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill.
Well, that's a blue zone right there, or the cold zone on the hitting chart. Just doesn't have much success in that part of the strike zone. And a really good job of the pitcher executing. Try to go there as often as you can. The numbers are in your favor.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Two outs. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Nats go down 1-2-3. Nothing doing for Washington. They trail things here 2-0. Welcome back. And coming off a series where the pitching was outstanding, we take a look at those numbers. I'm skirting off. I'm in a foreign now. Magic City, bring an umbrella. It's pouring down. Ice box for the drip drop. Spent 300 for the flip flops. The 1-1 is fouled off. Now one miss. Well, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to. That hit him. And the leadoff man is aboard to start the inning.
Well, biggest concern other than injury after a moment like that is just how the pitcher will respond. You know, sometimes a guy will lose confidence in a pitch when he's hit somebody.
It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep, because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens.
Well, right now he's thinking, man, I wish that would have been an off-speed pitch, but instead a fastball, and you can tell that hurts a little bit.
So a substitution needed at first because of the injury, and here's the pinch runner, Pedro Pajes. Man at first, nobody out. Now it's the Cardinals' number 4 hitter, Wilson Contreras. That's off the mark, and that's ball 3. Pajes aboard here at first with nobody out. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. Battling here as he fouls it away. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Almost a coin flip for the umpire in that call, but most umpires just don't want to give pitchers a break up in the zone like that.
Here's Nolan Arenado. No outs, runners at first and second. That one ripped. And it's into the gap, headed for the plate. One run across, rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score. 2 runs are in.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
Burleson digs in now. Next one misses. 2-1.
You know, these Cards showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. Pitch count is pretty high, and they've plated 4 runs already, so I think it's safe to say their game plan is working out pretty well right now.
There's a strike.
So they forced the starter to put in a lot of work, and they've been able to get to him for some runs. And hopefully that bullpen phone is working today.
Next offering is downstairs.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
No outs. Runner on second. Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
Just indecisive in that at bat. He couldn't commit to the slider. Tried to sit in between. Just not able to put the bat on the ball.
And stepping in for the Cardinals, Jordan Walker. High in the air, out to right. Laureano makes the grab, and there's 2 down.
Up next for the Cardinals, second baseman, Nolan.
At the plate, Nolan Gorman. Laboring here, about to throw his 30th pitch of the inning. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. But they'll pick up a couple runs here, both coming on this 2-run double. It's now a 4-0 ball game. You're dialed into the show. And we're back. New inning getting started. Up now for Washington, Eric Olson.
When he steps into the batter's box, the comfort level looks so high. It doesn't matter what kind of delivery that pitcher has, what kind of velocity, what kind of secondary stuff. He is so settled in there. He owns the home plate area.
Hard hit, right side. Gorman throws on to first. That's the first out in the top of the 4th.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
So now it's the 4-hole hitter, Paul DeYoung. DeYoung working through some struggles lately. Next offering is in for a strike.
Yeah, they say baseball is a game of failure, and that's true even for longtime major leaguers. Sometimes you'll have tough stretches just like this.
Oh, look at this. Fires to first. It's there, and that's a great play.
I know they called Ozzie Smith the wizard, but Nolan Arenado, he's a wizard over there at the hot corner. Seems like we see him make plays like this on a daily basis.
2 down, bases empty. Next to hit for the Nats, Luis Garcia. Next one in the dirt.
Strike.
He swings and fouls one off. On the ground, right side. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. He beats the throw, and they catch a break as they get a base runner at first.
First baseman, Nathaniel Lowe.
So a man aboard, and now up for Washington, Nathaniel Lowe. That one fouled off, 2-2. Garcia, the runner at first with 2 gone. Swings and misses on the fastball up in the zone for the strikeout. So 1 left for Washington. They're on the short end of a 4-0 score. Back here in St. Louis, bottom of the 4th. Now it's the shortstop, Mason Wynn. Base hit, and that turns the lineup over.
You'll often hear the phrase short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away.
Runner on the go, swing and a miss. The throw, tag, and he's out.
Well, I think that was a hit and run right there. When you look at how far that pitch was out of the zone and the hitter still trying to put wood on it, put it in play, that tells you that they had something going. But unfortunately, it was a good job of execution by the pitcher and the catcher to get that out of the zone and then throw out the runner at second base. Really nice job behind the dish.
The other way. No throw. He's safe at first.
Now batting, right fielder, Lars
And up next for St. Louis, Lars Nootbaar. That one is absolutely belted. That's bad. And gone. He sends it out of here. And they tack on to their lead. It's 6-0.
Breaking ball on the inside part of the plate requires a hitter to stay really square with his mechanics. If you fly open with the front shoulder, there's no way you keep that ball fair. An outstanding job mechanically. He deserves that home run.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see pitching change in this spot. Mike Soroka done for the night, and this is one he'd like to forget. Back with a new arm after this. DJ Hurts into the game.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
Pedro Pajes next up for the Cardinals. Just missed.
Part of the order coming through now, and with 1 home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
And a swing and a miss. Activity in the Washington bullpen. Trevor Williams looks to be getting ready for Dave Martinez. Ferrer warming up as well. One down, base is empty. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Oh, there he gets the slider in on his hands, and it just eats him up. You know, it's hard to get the bat around on a pitch like that in tight. You just feel like you're crowded on the inside part of the plate. Can't get any extension. That's one he definitely should have laid off of.
That missed by a lot. And that's ball 2. 2 outs, base is empty. Next offering is in for a strike.
Well, I think that pitch surprised all of us. Right down the middle, doesn't get a swing. Not very often you see a hitter lay off a cookie like that.
And now the count filled up 3-2. This one high in the air to left center. Olsen makes the grab, and that's the inning. 2 runs for St. Louis on this blast. It's now a 6-0 ball game. Welcome back as we take a look at how today's starting pitchers have fared so far. That's way outside. 2-1.
Well, these Nats, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They've been chasing pitches outside the zone all game, and it's led to some frustrating moments. They've been fooled quite a bit today.
Got him. And he's up to 8 strikeouts in this one.
You know, variant speeds can be just as useful for a pitcher as movement. As you see right there, it really wasn't a great location. But the fact that the velocity change had the hitter off balance, and that's all you got to do sometimes.
1 out, base is empty. Just missed.
I can't play around with him here. It's a 6-run lead at this point. Got to attack hitters, even if you give up a solo shot.
1 down, base is empty. Fights it off. He'll see another. And that's too high.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
The wide to kick the pitch. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
That cutter right there had just enough movement on it to get the swing and miss. It wasn't a great location by any means. That's typically a spot that hitters can handle. So I'd say he fooled him with just enough of that late action.
2 down, nobody on, and we're at the top of the 5th. Pitch misses, and it's 2-1.
2-1.
Fought off foul.
Looking sharp, just a strike away from 5 shutout innings.
Make it 4 strikeouts in a row, just cruising along.
Impeccable command in that one. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts. That's electric stuff out there on the mound.
Bottom of the inning. Here's Nolan Arenado.
Third baseman, Nolan Arenado.
Just missed.
You know, these Cardinals really impressing me with the quality of their at-bats in this one. It's been fun getting a chance to see them go to work. It looked to me like they really wanted to get to the starter early, get him out of the game before he settles in. So I'd say mission accomplished. Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted him first base with a quick free pass.
skips into dirt.
Okay.
Arenado on at first, nobody out. That's a good at bat right there. He was down early in that plate appearance. Works the walk.
Pretty good spot on the outside, but just couldn't quite clip the zone. That's a stone cold take.
Jordan Walker next up for the Cardinals. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. Puts it in the air out towards left center. Olsen sizes this one up, and there's one down.
Now batting, second baseman, Nolan.
Standing in is the power hitting second baseman, Nolan Gorman. Two on, one out. And that's a base hit. And they hold the runner at third, but the bases are loaded now with one out.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
Here's the shortstop at the plate, Mason Wynn. Fastball for a strike. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. In the air, pretty deep out to center field. Olsen makes the catch. Runner tags from third. Throw home, not in time. The run scores. It's 7-0.
Now, that can be a tough one with the bases loaded. You can try to do too much, but there he didn't. He stayed within himself. He got that run in with the sac fly. Would have been nice if the runners behind could have advanced, but they'll take what they got.
2 on, 2 outs. Swing and a miss. 1-2.
So far, all we've seen in this at bat are fastballs. Look for him to slow it down right here ahead in the count.
Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. That one is upstairs.
2 walks in the inning already, and he just doesn't seem comfortable out there. Like he can find the right.
That's strike 3 and the third out. So we take a break. 1 run in the inning, but they leave 2. 5 innings complete. It's the Cardinals 7 and the Nationals nothing. Welcome back as we take a check of the current standings.
Shortstop, DJ Abrams.
This one lifted in the air, left field. Donovan makes the catch, and there's one gone.
Now batting, left fielder, James Wood.
James Wood digging in for the Nationals. The Nats with a lot of ground to make up, and we're the top half of the 6th. Out towards left center. Donovan should have this one. Makes the catch for the out.
Now batting, number 2.
Up now for Washington, Eric Olsen. This is a true five-tool guy. Not very many of them out there, but when he's on the field, you can't take your eye off of him. In there for a strike at the bottom of the zone.
Fans come to the ballpark to watch him play. And in baseball, to have such a talented player going out.
Threw it by him. A swing and a miss at the fastball to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Washington. Not going their way. It's 7-0. Back here in St. Louis, now it's the right fielder, Lars Nootbaar. Hits for average power, the ability to field, the arm, and then the speed. Really impressive. Check swing. He held up. Now 2 balls and a strike. The Nationals have some action going in the pen. Derek Law, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Right through there for a strike.
Back-to-back fastballs in. That last one called for a strike. Probably go away, but look for him to come back in there to try to finish you off.
And a foul ball, he stays alive. Up the middle. 1 away, bottom of the 6th.
Up next for the Cardinals, catcher Pedro.
And now the Cardinals catcher, Pedro Pajes. Right side, Garcia. Slings to first, 2 up, 2 down.
Now batting, first baseman, Wilson Contreras.
Wilson Contreras now up to the plate. The Redbirds up big in this one here in the bottom of the 6th. That one missing inside. He swings and drives one out to deep left field. And that one hops the wall. Makes the turn and heads for second. And that's a double.
Showed some really nice patience in that at bat. Worked himself into a good count. Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
Here's Nolan Arenado.
Ball 2.
Runner at second, 2 down. Drilled out towards left center field. That one's carrying. Drops into the glove, and that's the 3rd out. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and 1 left. 7th inning coming up. It's the Cardinals 7 and the Nationals nothing. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. Ball to strike. And that drops in for a strike.
1 ball.
Action in the pen down there. Ryan Fernandez up and throwing. Leahy getting loose as well. That one almost got him. swing and a miss. Struck him out. And he's up to 12 strikeouts on the day.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher are on the same page right now.
Luis Garcia will hit next. Garcia having a lot more success on the road this season. Base is empty, one away here in the top half of inning number 7. There's a swing and a drive. And that's a foul ball.
That's foul.
One down, base is empty. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Way inside, gets out of the way.
Three balls, 2 strikes.
Outside, and that is ball 4.
Well, he's starting to look a little gassed to me, and we'll see if they go to the bullpen in this spot or not.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Eric Fetty is done, and he was a tough nut to crack. Pretty stingy from start to finish. Back with the new arm after a quick break.
Now pitching.
Matthew Liberatore takes over on the mound.
And he's been hit pretty hard at times this year, so he's looking for better. Right now, giving up more than a hit per inning.
Here's Nathaniel Lowe. In the air, right field. Nootbaar brings it in, and there are 2 outs. Stepping in, Keibert Ruiz.
Keibert Ruiz.
That one the other way. Gorman throws on to first. And that is the inning. And the Redbirds bullpen comes through. Midway in inning number 7, and it's time to stretch. It's the Cardinals 7 and the Nationals nothing. Welcome back. Taking a look at our game summary.
Designated hitter, Alex Burleson.
I feel so dangerous when I become free. Even on days when I get lost, I'm right where I wanna be. It's not a tear that I shed, it's not a moment I regret. Now I'm waking, I see it.
Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
1 and 2.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
To the right side. Over to Lowe. And the leadoff hitter set down to open the 7th.
Batting, center fielder, Jordan Walker.
So up next, Jordan Walker. Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. Into the second deck it goes. His 13th home run of the season, and they add a run. It's 8-0. That one just sounded different.
And might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I can feel that swing from the booth. That's as big as it gets right there. You take advantage of a mistake. That is an ultimate. Here it is. Watch it. I'm going to jog around the bases.
Nolan Gorman next up for the Cardinals. And a big swing and a miss.
2-2.
Gets a piece and stays alive. One out, base is empty, and a run in here at the bottom of the 7th. Fastball is outside.
Careful.
Swing and a ball lined out towards center. Olsen makes the catch. And there are 2 down.
Now batting, the shortstop, Mason.
Now up for St. Louis, Mason Wynn. Sing, you talk about a guy that has all the skills. The range is really good, but the arm just stands out, and he makes all the plays. Swing and a ground ball, and foul ball.
And because of that big power arm, he's able to play a little bit deeper, make throws from the outfield grass all the way across the diamond, and still get a pretty good runner.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that'll do it. One for the Cardinals on the solo home run. It's now an 8-0 game. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. Back here in a blowout, which gives us a chance to talk about just about anything.
Bro, don't get me fired.
All right, Singy, in ballpark entertainment, you got a favorite mascot race?
Yeah, I love what they do in D.C. with the former presidents.
Somebody always gets tackled. They always get hurt.
I know, and it's just crazy. Imagine running around in those big, bulky suits, and somebody's always going to go down.
Next offering is down low. Do you remember when Tim Kirkjian ran in the sausage race in Milwaukee?
No, I didn't see that one.
Yeah. Yeah, they used one of the kid-size ones.
You know, this isn't exactly a mascot race, but I love what they do in Atlanta with the freeze.
Boots it.
Now batting.
No, fortunately, they've got a big lead on the scoreboard, so that error shouldn't hurt too much. But you have to be careful about losing concentration in a game like this. It can be an easy trap to fall into.
So a man at first. Next for the Nationals is the DH, Dylan Cruz. Started after it, appeal to first. And no swing, says Jerry Hillsdale. Laureano gets his lead at first, nobody out. Next pitch off the plate. And that's ball 3.
I wanted to race the freeze at one point. I don't think my hamstrings could hold up for it now.
I feel like 5 years ago you could have handled the freeze. It would have been fun. And I would bait you into it and try and get you to train to race the freeze. And it just never materialized.
Yeah, I appreciate that you had enough confidence in me that I could beat a guy who looks like he was going to the Olympic trials at some point or another. But, yeah, it's always a great thing to watch there at Truist Park.
Would you have worn one of those bobsled outfits like the freeze wears?
Nah, that would have been a little too revealing for me at this age.
I feel you. Walker hauls it in, and there's one away.
Now batting, shortstop, C.J. Abrams.
And now here's the Nationals leadoff man, C.J. Abrams. Outside. Now 2 balls and a strike. Man at first, one away. Fouls one off. 2-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Good job to fight that one off. The Cardinals up big in this one, and we're in the top of the 8th. And down on strikes. 2 away now.
He had him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back long enough on that one.
So 2 down now, and here is James Wood. And there's a foul ball. Swing and a pop-off in foul ground. And Arenado makes the catch. And that'll do it. This one pretty well decided at this point. Home half of inning number 8 straight ahead. It's the Cardinals 8 and the Nationals nothing. On to the bottom of the 8th, and here is Brendan Donovan.
Brendan Donovan.
On the ground to third. Throws to first in time, and that's 1 away as the leadoff man is out in the 8th.
Lars Nootbaar.
And stepping in for the Cardinals, Lars Nootbaar. Got him swinging.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Lifted in the air, right center field. Laureano trying to get there. He's got it. And that is out number 3. Offense held in check there. 9th inning coming up. It's the Cardinals 8 and the Nationals nothing. Back here at Busch Stadium, we go to the 9th. And now up for Washington, Eric Olson.
This is a rookie we've been paying close attention to this season. One of the top prospects in the game, and he looks like he belongs at this level. He's enjoying a good season at the plate.
Ground ball up the middle. On the run, sends it over to first. Nicely done for the out.
Well, he had to make the perfect play up the middle, be able to square himself up with the shoulders enough to be able to make a strong, accurate throw to first, and I thought that was an infield hit all the way.
Now the third baseman, Paul DeYoung. One down, base is empty.
No, that's a ball. 2-1.
Swing and a foul out of play. Almost got him.
2 strikes.
Got him swinging for the strikeout. And they're down to their last out.
And there's another strikeout, and those are just continuing to pile up. His confidence level has got to be dropping. He's got to find a way to make an adjustment, Booth, get back on track. His team needs him.
Next to hit for the Nats, Luis Garcia. And that's a little bit high, and it's 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
That one ripped, but foul. The Nationals down to their final strike. That one to first,
Nope,
and that's just foul. Headed towards the corner, and he can't quite get there. It's a foul ball. 2 down, nobody on. Lifted to left, and that should do it. He's got it. Ball game. And the Cardinals take the series opener here at home.
Well, they win the opener at home. First game of the 3-game series, and there's just such a good feeling when you're in your own ballpark. You're sleeping in your own bed. You're eating your clubhouse manager's food. Everything's right in your world, and they played like it today.
8-0 is how this one ends. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. Thanks for joining us. Hello, baseball fans, and welcome. MLB The Show with a good one coming at you. It's the Washington Nationals taking on the St. Louis Cardinals. Biggest storyline coming into this one. He's riding quite the hitting streak, Singy.
Been seeing the ball so well, Boog. One of the toughest outs in the league right now. It'll be interesting to see how they pitch to him today.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Just about set to go. On the mound for this one, Steven Matz. And Singy, we were talking earlier about how he's doing a great job navigating through tough spots.
I've just been so impressed with when it seems like there's more pressure, he's more calm and settles in. He's done an incredible job with runners in scoring position. Most guys, they get a little tight, they start to aim the baseball, but for some reason, he gets looser, the ball comes out of his hand with more life, and he's able to wiggle off the hook of, you know, tough situations and get his team back in the dugout.
That one finds the zone, and it's 2-2. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. In the air, left field, down the line, and that'll fall for a base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Well, I'm not saying that play was easy, but it was harder than it needed to be thanks to the bad jump. Those small moments can be costly.
Up now for Washington, James Wood. That to right. Nootbaar at a dead sprint. Grabs it on the run. And there's one down.
Batting third, center fielder.
As we take a look at the Nationals lineup. One guy swinging a hot bat recently, Ramon Laureano.
And Boog, he's a fun at bat to watch. I mean, definitely a threat whenever he's got that bat in his hands. But for me, it's all about the mechanics. They're so sound. And when he gets his foot down on time and starts his swing, so much consistency, that bat stays in the zone for a long time, and he squares up the baseball a lot.
Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with one gone.
And that hit carries a little extra meaning, Boog. It keeps his hitting streak going. He is dialed in at the dish right now.
I don't think there's a more confident hitter in all of baseball right now. Looks like he's expecting a knock every time he steps to the plate. Now it's Paul DeJong up to the plate. There's a high chopper. Arenado. One at second. And that's two.
Poetry in motion there as the second baseman turns the double play. Nice throw to first, and that's the way to end the inning.
Back here with my pal Singy, and getting to start, Mitchell Parker. What do you have on him?
Well, coming into this game, hitters are batting under 250 against this starting pitcher. So it just shows you how effective he's been. He's been able to move his pitches around, add and subtract, change up the look so that hitters don't get too comfortable and start squaring up the baseball. We'll see what he's got in this one.
And now Brendan Donovan. And that misses. And a count 2-1.
He's great hitting the ball the other way, and that pitch did a good job to straighten him up a bit. Mission accomplished.
Up the middle. One gone, bottom half of the first. Here's a Cardinals lineup now. We could be in for a power showcase today with the wind blowing out, a lot of lift and separate, Chris.
Well, we know hitters are in this era definitely trying to hit the ball in the air regardless of the conditions, but I think even a little more so there's margin for error if you can get the ball up in the air. So, you know, you'll see at times, I'm sure, with two strikes, what looks like a half swing that can get out of the ballpark with a hitter who's got decent pop.
Stays alive. One out, base is empty. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Batting third, catcher.
And now the Cardinals catcher, Ivan Herrera. That one finds the zone, and the count's even at 2. He goes down looking. 1, 2, 3 go the Cardinals. Played an inning, no score. Top of the second, here's Ramon Laureano.
Right fielder, Ramon Laureano.
Ground ball to the right side. Contreras takes it to the bag and quickly one away in the second.
Good fade and sinking action to that changeup. Got that hitter to roll over.
Nathaniel Lowe up to hit. Way out front for strike 2.
One ball.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
Second inning here, no score. Slow roller to first. He steps on the bag. 2 up, 2 down in the top of the second.
Good late bite on that slider. Got the hitter out in front, rolled over on it. Exactly what he was supposed to do.
And now it's Keibert Ruiz. Next offering is in for a strike. Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. And it's a 3 up, 3 down inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. We're tied 0-0. We head to the bottom of the second. Now with the Cardinals' number 4 hitter, Wilson Contreras. Breaking ball misses down and away.
Umpiring behind the plate for us today, Boog, is Mike Fillmore, and he is a good one. He'll reward pitches on the edges a little bit, but the main thing is he doesn't keep you guessing. Once he established that a pitch is a strike, it stays that way.
Whacked out to center field. That's well struck. That's back there. It's a bomb. That one felt good, and that gives him a lead. It's 1-0.
That's a fun way to take the lead. Just hit one out of the park. Pitch he wanted to hit, spent on some other pitches in this at bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
Here's Nolan Gorman. The pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Breaking ball in there, got him looking, and that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer. Here's Nolan Arenado.
Nolan Arenado.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. 2 down.
Batting 7, designated hitter, Michael
2 outs, base is empty. Now batting Michael Ciani. And it's through for a hit. And that extends the inning.
Everything came together for him. Wasn't able to elevate that one, but he sure hit it hard enough to get through the infield. There's not a whole lot of time for the defenders to react and try to make a play when it's ripped like that.
Step off throw to first. Back in safe, really close. Here's the pitch. Runner on the go. Swing and a miss. Safe at second, and that was not close. Ciani on at second with 2 down. Good eye in that spot.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Mason Wynn in the St. Louis on deck circle. Man on second, 2 down. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. And a swing and a miss. Good job at damage control right there. But they're off to a good start as they pick up a run on this solo shot. It's an early 1-0 lead. It's Major League Baseball on the show. And we're back on to the third inning. And now up for Washington, Luis Garcia. And now 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Soft contact in the air. Takes it in for the out.
Batting ninth, the designated hitter, Dylan Cruz.
Next for the Nationals is the DH, Dylan Cruz. And that's in the dirt. Chases that one out of the zone, and there's 2 away.
Well, he just ran out of patience there. He took a couple of pitches to even that count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes, but that time chased outside the zone.
2 out, space is empty. That one misses, and that's ball 2. Up the middle. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Nationals go quietly. They're down 1-0. Welcome back to the ballpark as we go to the last of the third. And the batter will be the shortstop, Mason Wynn. The 2-1. Just off the inside edge. And that one hammered. Olsen going back. And it's a one-hopper off the wall. Should be extra bases. Into second easily with a leadoff double.
Well, when you fall behind in the count, you've got to come into the zone, and then guys have a better chance of hitting the ball hard like he did right there.
So the batting order turns over. Brendan Donovan getting ready to hit. In the air, left field. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's one away.
Now batting, right fielder, Lars Nootbaar.
Now the number 2 hitter, Lars Nootbaar. One out and a runner at second here in the second game of the series. Throw to second, save. Swing and a ground ball up the middle, slinging it to first in time.
Now batting, catcher, Ivan Herrera.
Next to hit, Ivan Herrera.
And this is a big opportunity for him to pick up his teammate right here.
upstairs. Well, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. Swings and blasts one deep to left center. That's down. One hops off the wall. To second now, base safe. And a run comes in to score.
Well, that was one of those high percentage advantage counts where batting averages are just so much higher. When you connect and it jumps off your bat like that, you're thinking double at the very least. Put a great swing on it, and man, he wasn't fooled at all.
So, runner at second, 2 down. Here's Contreras now. And that's in for a strike. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep, because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. Man at second. Swings here and drives one well left field. Way back, and you can forget it. Another homer. His second home run of the game, and they add a pair. It's 4-0.
Well, he put a really nice swing on that one, and everything was on time, took a direct path to the ball, excellent extension, and just drove it out of here. Nothing better than when the ball jumps off your bat like that.
2 outs, nobody on. Nolan Gorman now at the plate. Fastball in the inside corner for a strike. Two gone, bases empty, but 3 runs across here in the last half of the third. And there's a ball.
Off the plate. Ball 2.
Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. But they strike for 3 in the inning. 2 on this 2-run home run. It's now a 4-0 ball game. Back after this on the show. Start of the 4th. Up now for Washington, James Wood.
James Wood.
Slow ground ball to the right side. Steps on first for the out.
Now batting, number 2.
So digging in, Eric Olson. This is a guy you got to keep an eye on when he digs in. Definitely been known to drop a drag bunt from time to time, and he's pretty good at it, Chris.
Yeah, and he creates a sense of urgency for the defense because of the speed, because of the ability to put down that bunt.
Makes the grab for the second out.
Well, baseball can be cruel, can it?
Now
I mean, sometimes it gives and sometimes it takes away. He did everything right on that swing, but he's got nothing to show for it.
2 down, bases empty. Now it's the Nationals cleanup hitter, Paul DeYoung. That's to third, Arenado. Tosses to first, and he has thrown 4 shutout innings. And the Nationals gone in order. They're down 4-0. Back here in St. Louis, Nato comes in to take his cuts.
Nolan Arenado.
1-1 now. In there at the knees.
Well, he hasn't quite settled in out there. 4 runs in 3 innings. He's going to have some quick 1, 2, 3 innings to pitch deep into this ball game.
Out towards right center field. Laureano trying to get there. Squeezes it. 1 away.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Michael.
And next is the designated hitter,
Ciani.
Michael Ciani. Base is empty, 1 away. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Swinging a foul straight back. ground ball right side. And that chance handled. And he takes it himself for the out.
Deceptive slider right there. Stayed in the tunnel a long time. Got that hitter out front, rolled over it, put it on the ground.
Walker.
2 outs, base is empty. Jordan Walker next up for the Cardinals. Here's a 1-1. Hot shot to first base, and he snags it to end the inning. Redbirds down quietly. They lead 4-0. Ready now for the 5th inning. And now the right fielder, Ramon Laureano. That one fouled off. 2-2. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. That's back there. Got all of that one. His 12th of the season, and they're chipping away. It's 4-1. That was blasted.
Absolutely, no doubt off the bat.
Another look at one of the most impressive home runs you'll ever see, as StatCast gives us the full picture.
Yeah, projected more than 480 feet on its way over the fence, and I don't think we could watch this replay enough, Boog. I mean, just incredible. That was a swing that we're not going to soon forget.
Here's Nathaniel Lowe. Strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Nobody on, nobody out with a run in, and we're at the top of the 5th. Out to short. Tosses to first. One away here in the 5th.
Now batting, catcher, Keibert Ruiz.
Keibert Ruiz, the next to hit. One down, base is empty. And that's down and away. Next offering is fouled back. Here's a 2-2. Popped up. Contreras settles underneath it. Makes the grab, and there's 2 gone.
Now batting, second baseman, Luis Garcia.
Luis Garcia digs in now. Swing and a chopper out to short. Fires across the diamond. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. But not before they answer back with a solo home run. It's now a 4-1 ball game. Welcome back as we take a peek at the starting pitching so far this year.
Mason Wynn.
Next offering misses. Ball 2.
Looks like he's being a little cautious with him in this at bat after doubling the first time up. Doesn't want to make another mistake.
Ball.
That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Well, that's a really good take right there, and that's just mentally prepared, knowing that if it's not on a tee, you're going to take that pitch because you still have one more strike to work with. Not easy to lay off, but he did an excellent job in that plate appearance.
Next offering is in for a strike. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Orlando Ribalta getting ready to go. Thompson also throwing. And now 2-2. Nobody out. Runner at first. Got him swinging on the curveball, and that's 6 Ks for him in this one.
That's a pretty nasty pitch right there. I'd call it a power curveball in the 80s. It's got so much spin on it, and you really don't have a lot of time to sit back and watch what it's going to do before you have to commit. It was a good one for the swinging strikeout.
So up next, Lars Nootbaar. First offering, runner goes, cut on and missed. Safe in second, and he easily steals the bag. Down the line, and that's a foul ball.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Fouls it off, still 1-2. Win over at second, 1 down. Over to Lowe, and there's 2 away.
Up next for the Cardinals, catcher Ivan.
And now the catcher comes up to him, Ivan Herrera. That's down and in.
That's where you want it. It's a good miss.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
And that one is lifted in the air. Laureano on his way over, nabs it, and that will end the inning. The Cards leave one as they hold on to a 4-1 lead. Welcome back as we take a look at how today's starting pitchers have fared so far. Swing and a miss. That's strike 2. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Phil Maton up and loosening in the pen. Romero, the power lefty, up as well. To third. Arenado to first in time. And that's 1 out as they get the leadoff hitter in the 6th. Here's C.J. Abrams now. just missed.
Oh, they have had a hard time scoring in this one. The pitcher out there on the mound wants to keep attacking, make sure that they don't get any confidence.
That's ball four. Tried another sinker, but couldn't find a zone.
Now batting, left fielder, James Wood.
Man at first with one gone. Next to hit for the Nats, James Wood. Man at first, one away. That one outside. 2-1. Runner on the move. In there for strike three. And that's a stolen base. Not even close.
Now batting, number 2.
Eric Olson digging in for the Nationals. Singy, you got to appreciate a guy who's this good defensively. I mean, watching him track balls in the outfield, it is beautiful. And a 1-2. Next offering misses down and away.
And I would say that most great defensive outfielders, it's kind of natural. There is some work that you can do to it to improve your game, but ultimate.
That one ripped. And it one-hops the wall. Runner from second crosses the plate. And now just a 2-run deficit. Well, Singy, he is locked in there.
Well, he's really slowed the game down, and it's like he's moving in full speed, and everybody is a step or two behind. The way that he squared up that baseball tells me that he is seeing it like a beach ball.
And next will be the cleanup hitter, Paul DeYoung.
There's one guy that I can think about, Boog, who started as a third baseman, Alex Gordon, and then became an elite perennial Gold Glover out in left field for the Kansas City Royals. But he's a guy, when you watch him play, you would imagine that that's all he ever played in his life was the outfield.
Yeah, some guys just have instincts, right? I mean, that's the way it goes. We talk about Larry Walker, the Hall of Famer, and his instinct on the bases, despite the fact that he didn't play. Oh, that's a strikeout, and that'll do it for the inning. So a run on one hit, no errors, and a man left. To the bottom of the 6th we go. 4, 5, 6 coming up. It's the Cardinals 4 and the Nationals 2.
Now you can fix your crown. Ow, and I ain't keep around and get down. My bite is bigger than my growl. I'm proud. A lion is on the prowl. My pain.
Back now for the bottom of the 6th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound. Orlando Ribalta.
Definitely a guy that pounds the strike zone, makes hitters earn their way on base, and rarely gets in trouble because of free passes.
Taking a look at some notable Rookie of the Year candidates this season.
Wilson Contreras.
I'm talking about the slums from a city where it's wicked. Most people scared to come. Scared to box. They're running, get the from the area. Was all about the funds, put my people on. Now it's division. Everybody in competition on the same mission. So why they dish? Don't nobody play positions. The hand I was dealt.
Oh, that hit him. Safe. And that's his 3rd hit. Definitely some concern here. That ball came back and got him right on the pitching arm, as you can see him trying to shake it off.
And if nothing else, you worry about him getting some dead arm and losing some feeling. But from what I can tell, I think they're going to let him continue, and that's a really good sign.
Nolan Gorman next up for the Cardinals. Up the middle. Dives, and he can't hang on. No look, the flip to second.
Well, I guess we could chalk that one up to great teamwork. It wasn't pretty by any means, but helping your teammate out like that and then knowing he had time to go to second. Keep a runner out of scoring position. Very heads-up play right there. Now, we couldn't hear it with all the noise in this ballpark, but I'm sure there was some good communication right there, some body language. These guys got it done.
They tried to get him to chase on a slider down and away. Activity in the Washington bullpen. Derek Law getting loose out there. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Michael
Ciani will hit next.
Could use a ground ball here. Something in the infield. Runner at first base. Get 2. Get out of this.
A changeup missing. Yeah, that's ball 2.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
Fouled off left side. Two on, 1 out. Lifted in the air, right field. He makes the catch, and there's 2 down.
Up next for the Cardinals, center fielder, Jordan Walker.
So digging in, Jordan Walker. That one fouled off. The 1-2. Got him looking. That's the 3rd out. No runs, a hit, 2 left. We're through 6 full. It's the Cardinals 4 and the Nationals 2.
Look at me. Not measuring up how I want to be. Pleased with small things and downgrades. Never had to be new to me.
Now pitching.
Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound. Phil Maton.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect the tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league.
Ramon Laureano.
Counterfeit, I counted your fits, led you astray in the worst way. Too legit, them hammer days, and we buck down, down. Come on, pimpin'. Eye to eye, the clapper have you twitching with no ceiling.
The 1-1. Swing and a ball driven pretty well out towards left center. And there's one away.
Now batting, first baseman, Nathaniel Lowe.
And now here is Nathaniel Lowe. The Nats down by a pair here in the top half of inning number 7.
Ball.
Next offered in there for a strike. That is strike 2.
2 strikes.
And a swing and a miss. And there's 2 away.
He's locked in at the plate when he's using the whole field. He was out in front there. Just needs to let the ball travel a little more, and his timing will be back on track. Good pitch for the strikeout.
And here's the catcher, Keibert Ruiz. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. And they'll do it again. That one not close. And the count is even, 2-2. Lined, and that's a base hit. And that keeps the inning going.
Look, I don't think that pitch would have been called a strike, but He did such a nice job of pulling his hands tight to the body and just getting enough of the barrel on it to be hard enough back up the middle for a knock.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Phil Maton will depart. 2-run ball game as he heads for the dugout, and we'll be back with a new pitcher.
Now pitching.
JoJo Romero on to pitch here. He's pitching on 2 days rest.
JoJo Romero.
2 outs, runner at first. Now it's the second baseman, Luis Garcia. Tying run at the plate. Swing and a ground ball. They get the force, and that is that. Nationals leave 1. Still down by a count of 4-2. Welcome back. Taking a look at our game summary.
Louis, the shortstop, Mason.
Ouch, that one drilled him. Gets it there in time, though, so they get the first out of the inning. Catcher coming out to check on him. It looked like it got him on his back leg. So you'll wonder if that might be a problem for him in terms of pushing off the rubber.
Yeah, it's a great point, and we'll have to see how he looks. But to me, it appears he's moving pretty well. I think it's just going to sting for a while, but hopefully nothing more.
And here's the St. Louis leadoff man, Brendan Donovan. Base is empty, 1 away. Here at the bottom of the 7th. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time.
2 strikes.
In the air, left field, down the line, and that's a fair ball.
Good 2-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. I don't know how he's able to shoot that pitch the other way and still put something on it. That pitch was inside, and he let it get really deep, so pretty incredible hands to fight it off and still get good wood on it.
Falling behind 2-1. And that's outside.
This is a really good feeling for a hitter. At this point in the ball game, you know that they don't want to walk you, so you're going to get a pitch to hit. You just better not miss it.
Donovan, the base runner at first with 1 out. Swing and a miss. Went back to the fastball, and it was effective.
Well, he showed a lot of conviction with the fastball there, not just because of the velocity, but also the ability to command it on the inside part of the plate. The last thing you want to do with 2 strikes is just get too far in there, and it gets away and hits the batter. So when I see a 2-strike fastball bunch up a guy like that, it tells me there's a lot of confidence in that pitch.
And now, Ivan Herrera. The 1-1 is fouled off.
A little tardy on that fastball. Is going to have to get it going a little quicker, get that front foot down.
And that one lifted in the air, center field. Olsen. And he makes the catch. And that is that. 1 hit, 1 left. We look ahead to inning number 8. It's the Cardinals 4 and the Nationals 2. Back here at Busch Stadium for the top of the 8th, and here's the DH for Washington, Dylan Cruz. Next offering is in for a strike. Outside. On the ground to first. He'll do it himself. First out in the top of the 8th.
That play won't be trending on social media later on, but it's still important to execute it to perfection. This game is a lot harder than it looks, partner.
Here's C.J. Abrams to hit. Lefty continues to work, but the closer getting loose in the bullpen. Swings through that one for strike 2.
Just a really nice slider down and in there. He wants to get the hitter thinking fastball, speed him up, and just subtract some velocity and add a little movement.
That's to third. Arenado handles, throws to first. 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the 8th.
Those plays can be tricky. They're routine, but that doesn't mean it's always going to be smooth. He delivered a good play right there.
2 down, bases empty. And now up for Washington, James Wood. That misses. And the count 2-1.
The guy at the plate could recognize slider out of the hand. Didn't stay in the tunnel very long in terms of depth and perception. He knew right away it was an off-speed pitch.
And that skips into dirt. 2 down, nobody on. And we're in the top of the 8th. Inside ball 4. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
So they bring on their closer in the 8th, Ryan Helsley.
And he's been racking up strikeouts at a high rate this year, typically at least 1 an inning, so he'll be tough to get to.
Number 56. Ryan Helsley.
So 2 down, up now for Washington, Eric Olson. The tying run at the plate. Runner on the go. Throw to second and great jump. That misses. 2-2.
That was absolute gas. Triple digits on the gun. It's just a different experience as a hitter watching that go by.
2 outs and 1 in scoring position. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Donovan makes the grab on the run. So 1 left for Washington. They trail it here 4-2. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Ryan Thompson.
And as relievers go, he's not a big strikeout guy. He tries to force weak contact, so command and execution are huge for him.
Here comes Wilson Contreras.
Really been able to slow down the game tonight with his at-bats, and the biggest one he's had so far, he doesn't look anxious at all.
The 3-1. On the ground, out to short. To first, and Contreras is retired.
Up next for the Cardinals, second baseman, Nolan Gorman.
Nolan Gorman now at the plate. That's off the inside corner. 2-1.
That's a really good take right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
That one misses. Now 3-1.
3 balls, 1 strike.
Inside, and that's ball 4.
Boog, if I were him, I'd be nibbling around the plate as well. I mean, this guy's just capable of hitting pitches outside of the zone and driving them a long way.
Here's Nolan Arenado. Gorman, the runner at first with 1 gone in the inning. Here comes the pitch. Runner breaks for second. Swing and a miss. Throw. Save. Liner, base hit. Stop sign goes up at third. Runners at the corners with 1 out.
Well, he wasn't afraid to hit with 2 strikes. I think he jumped up a little bit, maybe spread out, but he got the job done right there.
Two on, 1 out. Michael Ciani next up for the Cardinals. And a 1-1. Double play ball to second. There's 1. Double play. What a twin killing to end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. Through 8 full, it's the Cardinals 4 and the Nationals 2. Back here in St. Louis, all set for the start of the inning. Here's the third baseman, Paul DeYoung. And a strike in there. That misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hangs and misses. It's a strikeout.
Simply said, this guy's flailing at the plate right now. Just disconnected from head to toes in terms of the sink of his body. That's his 5th strikeout of the series, and we're just 2 games in. So hoping to see some kind of adjustment out of him. His at-bats are just a little tough to watch right now.
And that's a strikeout looking. Down to the last out for the Nationals.
Well, just excellent location on that inside fastball. Really locked him up. And as a hitter, it's not typically what you're looking for. You're trying to protect away and win it, so you can be a little bit tardy with 2 strikes. Hard to tell if he was fooled or if he thought it would be called a ball, but either way, that's a really nice pitch.
And now, Nathaniel Lowe fouls one off. 2-2. This could end it. Swing and a miss. Curveball in the dirt. Up with it. Fires to first. In time, ball game. And the strikeout ends it.
With this win here today, you've won the first 2 games of this 3-game series. So you would think the work is done, but when you're at home, I don't believe so. You got to come back with a mindset for Game 3 that you want to win it, and you're going to go out and do everything that it takes. You win like that at home, you position yourself for good things down the stretch.
And your final 4-2. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.
See the judge, better hug. Remember growing up, all I wanted was to be wanted me to get a little bread. The couple in their head, still outside. I don't hide from it for life. Had to fight for my life. Took them hits and stride. If I die for the guys, have my candlelight going up like the club. After that, go slide. Are you with that? I won't get back. I'm gonna hop out and crack. Are you with that? I want big racks. I'm gonna flock. I'm gonna stack.
Live from Busch Stadium in St. Louis, Missouri. Major League Baseball on tap on this Thursday night. It's the Washington Nationals taking on the St. Louis Cardinals. Well, Singy, as we come into this one, it's all about the sweep.
Yeah, and anytime there's a chance for the brooms to come out, the pressure is definitely on. We'll see if they can find a way to salvage at least one in this series.
Pitch coming at you right after the break. So just about set now. And for the Cardinals here this afternoon, it's Miles Mikolas. And for some reason, he's not quite as effective here in front of his home crowd, Chris.
Yeah, Boog, and the fans are well aware of that. For him, he's got to just not press and go out there and say, hey, I'm just treating this like any start. Home, on the road, it doesn't matter. My job is to focus on that catcher's mitt, attack hitters, and just try to move through a ball game. So if he can find that kind of focus, doesn't matter where he's pitching because he has good enough stuff to go out there and win a ball game.
The pitch.
Flew open a little bit with that front shoulder, but was able to slow his bat down just enough to make contact with that pitch. Keep the at-bat alive.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. Here's the left fielder, James Wood. And it's fouled away. Strike three, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, anytime you can punch out the top two guys in a lineup to start an inning, got to be feeling pretty good out there on the mound, because when you think of just having a distraction, table setters on the base paths, and all of a sudden you're dealing with the number 3 hitter, any distraction can cause you to serve up a cookie, and instead of it being a solo shot, it's a 2 or 3 run homer.
That one pushed foul.
Really great change of speeds. He goes off the off speed to the fastball, and the hitter doesn't know what's coming next.
2 outs. Outside low. 2-2.
2-2.
Hot shot to first base, and he snags it to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Washington. Now the Cardinals will see what they can do. There's no score. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Back here with my pal Singy. And today's starter, Mackenzie Gore.
Well, that whip is just below the league average, and that's a good thing in this case, not allowing too many base runners. So on most days, he's going to go out there and compete and put his team in a position to win. And I expect to see that from him in this one today.
Here's a 1-1. Fastball for a strike.
Man, I mean, nice job just presenting it to be better than it actually was.
Two.
That one lifted to left, and it falls. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
That's a ball that a lot of times you'll see the shortstop or left fielder be able to get to if it hangs up in the air long enough. But right there, it just died and found a way to drop in on the green stuff with base hit.
Now it's the right fielder, Lars Nootbaar. The lefty ready, and a 1-1. Right through there for a strike. Donovan gets his lead at first with nobody out. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Definitely made him chase a little bit out of the zone right there. I don't think that's a strike if he takes it. Pretty textbook pitching. Get ahead in the count, get the guy in the box on his heels, and then force him to chase your pitch where he doesn't have much of a chance to do any damage.
The flip. There's one to first, not in time. Great effort there.
Batting fourth, first baseman, Wilson Contreras.
And up to hit is Wilson Contreras. Well, in their win last game, this guy came up with 2 home runs, obviously trying to keep the roll going here in this one.
2-1.
In the dirt. Safe at second. So a wild pitch allows the runner to advance.
Heads up base running right there.
Well, made it so comfortable for his club to secure that win. Very fresh team today, and it doesn't have to be all on him, but the way he's been swinging it, I expect him to have another big one.
Off the mark there, and that's ball 3. So now 2 on and 2 outs.
Now, this was a story we were paying attention to before the game. We've seen him give up walks in the past, and it's an issue once again early on.
First and second, 2 outs. Here's the second baseman, Nolan Gorman. Swing and a miss as he chases that one darting out of the zone. First and second, 2 down. Here in the third and final game of the series. Fights that one away, still 1-2.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
2 on, 2 outs. That one just misses.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, he had a broken back.
That's strike 3 and the third out. So we take a break.
He's in a tough spot, had to make a great pitch, did it, got the strikeout, gets out of the jam. Clearly, he's happy with those results.
When I come out, they run out. I'll be working that stage to the sun out.
And welcome back to the ballpark. New inning getting started. And now the veteran third baseman, Paul DeYoung. one clips the outside corner, and they count 1-2. Right back to him on the mound. Tosses to first, one out in the second.
Batting fifth, second baseman, Luis Garcia.
And now it's Luis Garcia. Here's a high fly ball out to center. Walker makes the play, and there's two down.
Batting sixth, first baseman, Nathaniel Lowe.
Two outs, base is empty. Nathaniel Lowe digging in for the Nationals. The 1-1.
Ball, no. 2 balls, 1 strike.
High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side. Two down, nobody on. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Just outside. 3-2 now.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Foul ball, and it remains a full count. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Ground ball right side. Gorman in plenty of time to first, and that'll do it. Nothing doing for the offense that time. Down to the bottom of the second. No score. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Now up for St. Louis, Nolan Arenado. Next pitch is downstairs. That's down and in. A slider missed. Time to look at our umpiring crew in this one. Kenny Jansen behind the plate.
Yeah, and expect a little inconsistency on the corners. He doesn't make any wild calls, but he does give and take there a little bit. So he doesn't have the easiest strike zone to figure out, especially as the game goes on when you're expecting it to become more consistent.
Full count.
Swings and misses. That K is his 3rd of the game.
With that kind of velocity and elevated fastball, even if it's still in the strike zone, can be tough for hitters to get on top of.
Michael Ciani next up for the Cardinals. There's a strike. That one well upstairs. Now 2-2. And he hits a ground ball right side. Fires over to first. Already 2 out here in the home half of inning number 2.
Batting 8th, center fielder, Jordan
And now the center fielder, Jordan Walker. Two outs. This one popped up. Low as this one sized up and puts the squeeze on that one. And that ends the inning. Nothing doing there for St. Louis. We'll move to the 3rd with no score. And we're back. Now at the plate, Keibert Ruiz.
Keibert Ruiz.
And that one is inside. And that is out of play.
could see he was trying to stay back long enough to handle the off-speed pitch, but just a little tardy on the fastball.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Got him swinging. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one.
Not a great curveball there at all, but clearly he wasn't looking for it because it just dropped right into the happy zone. And it looked like, to me, the swing was a little bit late. Tells me he gave up on it early and then just tried to have that emergency hack at the last second to put it in play.
And a 1-2. On the ground, right side. And he handles it himself for the out.
That's what a good sinker is designed to do. Get a guy to roll over a little bit, hit the ball on the ground, kill some worms while you're at it.
Next is the designated hitter, Dylan Cruz. On the ground to third, but it kicks foul. 2 outs, base is empty. That's inside.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Pitch misses, and now it's filled up 3-2. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. Nothing doing for Washington, and we're still knotted at 0. Back at the ballpark, and in this series, it has been ugly on the mound as we look at the numbers. That's towards center. Olsen gets under it. Puts it away for the out.
Now batting. Left fielder.
So the lineup flips over. Brendan Donovan. Next up for the Cardinals. That one fouled off. 2-2. And that's downstairs and outside. Misses downstairs, and that's ball 4.
Man, that's a tough one to take on the full count, but I guess he saw it really well. It's a really nice plate appearance.
Lars Nootbaar next up for the Cardinals. In the dirt. Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. Waves at the bender for the strikeout.
Back-to-back curveballs and back-to-back whiffs. And I tell you what, that's having a feel for what you can beat a hitter with. And clearly, he wasn't picking up that breaking ball at all.
It's Ivan Herrera. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep, because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. Two gone, but the go-ahead run is at first here in the last half of the third. Got him looking, and he didn't like the call. No runs, no base hits, no errors, and one left. On to inning number 4. We're tied 0-0. Welcome back. Let's take a look at how the series has played out so far.
DJ Abrams.
Yeah, that's fouled off. And that's outside. And the count is 2-2. And a swing and a miss. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way. So credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly he had him fooled.
James Wood digging in for the Nationals. One down, base is empty. Out front, pulls that one foul. Now it's 3-2. This one in the air, center field. Walker pulls that one down, 2 away.
Now batting, number 2.
So up next, Eric Olson. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list. Not even close there. And it's 2-1. And you played behind guys, and they loved having your speed out there defensively. One of the things that we talk about is how much pitchers enjoy having those elite defenders behind them. And it gets down, base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Up next for the Nationals, third baseman
Paul DeYoung digging in for the Nationals. Michaelis throws to first, and he's back in safely.
Hoog, and the one thing about that is speed never goes in a slump, and defense shouldn't either. Hitting wise, you can struggle, you can lose your mechanics, but the thing that you can do consistently every single game is play great defense if you're talented in that way, and this is what this guy does.
Olson off of first with 2 away. That's outside. 3-1.
Here's an opportunity to do some damage and perhaps unlock this offense. 3-1 count. Be ready to turn on a fastball.
2 outs. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Now batting, second baseman.
So digging in, Luis Garcia. 4th inning underway, no score. That's a strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam. Struck him out looking.
A lot of adrenaline, we can see it right there, and sometimes you just got to let it out. That's an outstanding job of taking that, executing, and getting out of a tough inning.
Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been playing well.
Wilson Contreras.
Here's a 1-1. Now one missed.
You know, these Cards just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today.
The other way, and out number 1 on the grab.
And as a pitcher, when the hitters are swinging at everything, you feel no need to challenge inside the zone. You just keep working the corners and expanding that strike zone and beyond, and they just keep eating right out of your hand.
Here's Nolan Gorman. 1 out, base is empty. Line drive. Nice grab.
Great hops right there, Boog. He timed it just right to bring that liner down, and he saved enough.
So now it's Nolan Arenado. Two down, nobody on. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. And a foul ball. Swing and a miss at 96. Struck him out. So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game. And down in order go the Cardinals. And we are still scoreless. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. The 1-1. Tap foul at the plate. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into left field. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Now batting.
Only 2 hits allowed so far tonight, Boog, so I don't think that one will disrupt his momentum all that much. You know, he's really been on top of his game, commanding his pitches all night long.
Go ahead run on base. Ruiz getting ready to hit. Hit in the air out to center field. Then there's one down.
Now batting, right fielder, Ramon Laureano.
Laureano comes up to hit.
Definitely wants to stay out of the double play here. Ball on the ground in the infield. Should be an inning-ending double play.
That one finds the zone. And the count 1-2. Fouls it back with 2 strikes.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Ground ball right side, could be 2. To second, there's 1. Back to the pitcher covering. It's a double play. Nicely done, and that'll do it. He continues to roll on the mound as 5 shutout innings are in the books. And we still have no score. We head to the bottom of the fifth. Now it's the DH, Michael Ciani. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. And they have their first hit since the first inning.
Only 2 hits allowed so far tonight, Boog, so I don't think that one will disrupt his momentum all that much. You know, he's really been on top of his game, commanding his pitches all night long.
And up next for St. Louis, Jordan Walker. This one popped up. Foul ground, first base side. Hauls it in, and there's one away.
Now batting, the shortstop, Mason.
Mason Wynn, the next to hit. And a 2-1 on the way. In the air to left center. 2 down.
Up next for the Cardinals, left fielder, Brendan.
And stepping in for the Cardinals, Brendan Donovan.
You know, this is kind of a tough matchup as a left-handed hitter facing a left-handed pitcher. What you tell yourself is, I want to stay square to the plate, try to hit the ball over the shortstop's head.
Drilled in the air out towards right center. Olsen makes the grab, and that is the inning. So 1 left for the Cardinals, still no score. Welcome back, and struggles at the plate in this series as we take a look at the numbers. Ball to strike. And that's a little high. Movement in the bullpen. JoJo Romero, the left-hander, up and throwing. Maton also getting ready. Line drive, base hit. So now back to the top of the order.
Well, patience and discipline paid off right there as he got into an advantage count. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. Ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
Here's C.J. Abrams to hit. And that's pushed foul off to the left and out of play.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
That one ripped. And a base hit. Lead runner to second, so 2 on and nobody out.
Well, that was an important at bat in this game, so a great job there stepping up to the challenge. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great. A chance now to take the lead, and at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run.
First and second, no outs. James Wood will hit next. Missed with a changeup, and it's 2-1.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
On the ground to second, might be 2. Here's Wynn for 1. How about that double play?
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
So the go-ahead run and scoring.
Clearly didn't want to mess with them right there, so I think it makes sense to play the numbers game in this spot.
Paul DeYoung getting ready to hit. DeYoung hitting better against right-handers this year, so some reverse splits there. With the go-ahead run at third, and we're in the top half of the sixth. On the ground to the left, and that one handled. Slings it across, and that is that. So another good inning for him on the mound. 6 shutout innings now. No score. Back here in St. Louis, bottom of the 6th. And now it's going to be Lars Nootbaar. Swing and a miss. Going to count 1-2. The Nationals have some action going in the pen. Kyle Finnegan looks to be getting ready for Dave Martinez. Poche, a left-hander, also throwing. Center field, Olsen under this one. Corrals it. One down.
Now batting, catcher Ivan
Herrera next up for the Cardinals. And now 2-1. Out in front and foul to the left side. All tied up here in the bottom of the 6th. Fastball is outside.
Full count.
On the ground, DeYoung. Slings to first in time.
No, he didn't recognize changeup earlier enough. Got out in front a little bit, rolled over on it, and beat it into the ground.
Wilson
Contreras now up to the plate. That one misses, and the count now even up. And downstairs.
Full count.
Battling here as he fouls it away. Two down, nobody on. That one ripped right center field. That skips over the fence, so it's an automatic double.
The automatic double kind of feels like enjoying cruise control in your car, Boog. You don't need to keep the pedal down as you cruise into second base. Just no worries in the world. You know what? He put a really good swing on that one.
Now up for St. Louis, Nolan Gorman. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. Still manages a throw. Roll off line. He's safe. And a nice job there to keep it from getting away.
Well, with 2 outs, I'm thinking he had his mind on getting in the dugout so they could get to hitting. All it takes is just a little lapse in concentration. So now let's see if his pitcher will pick him up.
There's Nolan Arenado. Lefty out of the stretch. Runners at first and third. And that one fouled off. And that is downstairs. And it's 3-2.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire strike zone.
Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. got him. Huge strikeout there.
Well, this guy competes hard. We see the emotion there. I love it. Great job of getting out of the jam.
Now pitching.
Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, JoJo Romero.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
And now up for Washington, Luis Garcia.
Second baseman, Luis Garcia.
And strike 2.
Gonna really need to hang in there with that front side against this left-handed breaking ball.
And a slider misses down and away.
2-2.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Just misses. And it's 3-2.
Full count.
On the ground to third. Over to first. Out. So they get the out after a long battle at the plate.
Now batting, the first baseman, Nathaniel Lowe.
Nathaniel Lowe up to hit. Lowe needs just one more homer to reach 100 in the big leagues. On the ground right side. Can't glove it cleanly. Gets off a throw. The throw comes in too late, and the defense comes away with nothing. Here's the catcher to hit, Keibert Ruiz. And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. Contreras under it, and he's got it.
Yeah, and making it to 100 homers would be quite the career accomplishment for him. Out of the more than 20,000 players to take an at-bat in the majors, less than 5% have ever hit 100 dingers.
Here's Ramon Laureano. Hit in the air, center field. Walker gets under it. And that is that.
Now pitching for
We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Kyle Finnegan.
Well, he's a big-time strikeout guy out there. This season, averaging more than one per inning.
Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. Now this is in the air down the line, and that will drop foul. Swing and a miss at the splitter, and it's a strikeout.
Boog, if you can set up a good two-strike splitter with a fastball on the previous pitch, it's going to be so tough to recognize and adjust your swing to get a piece of it. Clearly had him reaching for it right there.
Jordan Walker now at the plate. That one finds the corner, and the count is 1-2.
1-2.
Base is empty, one away. Here at the bottom of the 7th. On the ground to first. And he takes it himself for the out.
Hey, man, 4 pitches, 2 outs. That is an excellent pace.
The shortstop, Mason.
Now a chance for Mason Wynn. And a foul ball. Two outs. And he grounds one to the right side. Low steps on the bag. St. Louis goes down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. 8th inning coming up. And we still have no score. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Phil Maton.
And he's got a big-time breaking ball to contend with. Hitters going to have to pick it up early if they're going to have any chance.
Looks like a pinch hitter for the Nationals. Ahmed Rosario.
And he's a right-handed bat, but he handles same-side matchups pretty well, so it should give him a good at-bat right here.
And that's off the inside edge. And it's 2-1. Right through there for a strike. Activity in the bullpen. Ryan Helsley, the closer of the staff, is throwing. Two down. Swing and a high fly ball right field. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. And there's one down.
Now batting, shortstop C.J. Abrams.
C.J. Abrams digging in for the Nationals. All tied up, and we're in the top of the 8th. And there's a ball. That's a ball. Tried the sweeper.
I almost feel like he's frustrated a little bit. He wants to be challenged.
And that one fouled off.
As a hitter, you don't know what to expect here in the 3-2. If he'll throw a breaking ball 3-1, he'll do it again 3-2.
High fly ball out of the left center field. And there's 2 down.
Up next for the Nationals.
Next to hit for the Nats, James Wood. Just missed. Lined into left center field, and that's going to fall for a hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive and puts the go-ahead run on base.
Well, the last 10 games or so have been anything but fun at the plate for him, so that one has to feel good. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
And the batter now, Eric Olson. Two outs. Bounding ball here, rolls foul. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. And a swing and a miss. Third out. Back here in St. Louis, bottom of the eighth, digging in, Brendan Donovan.
Brendan Donovan.
There's a strike. Fouls it off, still 1-2. In the air, right field, Laureano. One up, one down.
Lefties can definitely be a little pull happy up there, especially with pitches that they see pretty well. That was a good example. He hooked an outside pitch, hit that ball in the air to right, just not with much authority.
One down, base is empty. Drilled out towards left center field. Olsen sizing this one up. Calls it in, 2 away.
Now batting. Catcher.
So up next, Ivan Herrera. 2 down, nobody on. Here the bottom half of the 8th inning. That one's in there, and the count 1-2.
That splitty's a pretty nasty pitch. Explodes out of the hand, looks like a fastball, and the bottom just falls out of it.
Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. He's got it. That is the inning. It's the 9th, and we are tied. So the closer summoned from the bullpen, Ryan Helsley.
Well, he's been a bit of a wild card out there in terms of throwing strikes. He's definitely struggled with free passes this year.
Paul DeYoung digs in now.
Third baseman, Paul DeYoung.
Right side, hard hit. Steps on first for the out.
Now batting, second baseman, Luis Garcia.
Now it's the second baseman, Luis Garcia.
Ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike.
He's got it, and there's 2 away.
And he looked a little tentative on that swing, almost like he didn't get pitch recognition and tried to slow his back down just to make contact. I'd rather see a guy swing through it instead of making weak contact and putting it in play, have another pitch where maybe he can drive out of the ballpark.
2 down, nobody on. That one in the dirt. 2-1. Movement in the bullpen for the Cardinals. Ryan Fernandez, the young right-hander, up and throwing. That one in triple digits.
Well, so many hard-throwing relievers in the game these days, you would think that hitters have made the adjustment, but I don't know if you ever get used to it. Just pumping gas out of the bullpen. So hard to play catch-up.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. So they go quietly there. On to the bottom of inning number 9. 4-5-6 coming up. No score. back now as they hand the ball to a fresh arm to start the bottom of the ninth. Colin Poche.
He's got some of the best swing and miss stuff going right now. He's striking out hitters at a very high rate this year, so this should be fun to watch.
Now up the Cardinals' number 4 hitter, Wilson Contreras.
Wilson Contreras.
Check swing. He went too far, and it's a strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Got him swinging. So the bullpen doing a nice job backing up the effort from their starter.
Yeah, we've seen some pretty excellent pitching out of this staff so far. I mean, they've come in ready to do their job and get outs. They've been pretty tough to get to in this one.
So digging in, Nolan Gorman. Next offering is in for a strike.
1-2.
Base is empty, 1 away here in the last half of inning number 9. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Chance to strike out the side now. You talk about the benefits, the advantages of relievers who can come in and get the swing and miss, whether it's inherited runners or maybe a little jam that they get into themselves. Knowing that they can miss the bat, tell you what, that's huge and can change the ball game.
Here's Nolan Arenado. Pitch misses inside. 2 balls and a strike. Trying to send this to extra innings. And it remains 2-2. Swing and a ball lifted left field. Makes the play, and it's out number 3. On to extra innings. Here's the catcher, Keibert Ruiz.
For Washington, catcher, Keibert Ruiz.
Ball.
In the dirt, blocked. Tag out. They cut down the go-ahead run at third.
Yeah, that's just a mental mistake right there. You're already in scoring position, and you're the potential go-ahead run. Unless you're standing up as you get to third base, you should not be going anywhere.
One down, base is empty. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2.